Welcome everybody. Thank you for joining me here today. My name is Jill and this is our 60-minute restorative. Today is going to be a little bit different class. It'll be a restorative yin fusion, and we're also going to use the help of a wall space to help us release into our shapes. So if you do have the option of using a wall space that's free of any pictures, any other objects that may get in your way, please bring your mat up close towards the wall and all your other props so they're within arm's reach. So we'll be playing around with shapes using the support of a wall space. If you simply don't have the room to use the wall, everything I'm offering you here today can also be done on your backs, reclined onto your mat, and taking the shapes that way. So your choice, either working with the wall or traditionally working down on the mat. So taking a few moments here to gather everything you need. Also, if you have a strap, we will be working with the strap or have an option of working with the strap here today, or a large belt. Whatever you have at home will work just fine. So maybe taking a bolster and placing it in between the thighs in a kneeling position. We'll begin to settle in and take a few moments here for our opening meditation. So drawing the eyes closed, relaxing the face, the shoulders, drawing the crown up. And just taking some time to be the observer of your body and your breath as you land here on your mat and prepare for practice. Allowing any thoughts to enter the mind, acknowledging them and then letting them go. Not dwelling on anything here or holding on to anything from the past or worrying about the future. Seeing if we can maintain that sense of the present moment. Staying present as we breathe. Staying present as we explore each shape here today. Allowing yourself to just let go and enjoy this conscious rest and relaxation that we call restorative. The goal here is to do less, to allow the body to gain more energy, to feel rejuvenated, to allow yourself to have some time to just be, without rushing from pose to pose, without overthinking the shapes, and just allowing your body to naturally fall into the poses, to take what you need and modify where need be. Place one hand over the heart space, one hand over the belly, connecting with the breath. It's the quality of the breath here today. The breath is a little bit short and choppy and shallow. Seeing if you're able to lengthen your inhales and your exhales, matching the length here. Allowing a nice, smooth, easy pace that works best for you. We'll begin practice here by setting an intention. It'll be personalized, something that resonates with you, whether it's a special word or short sentence, or maybe focusing on a loved one that puts a smile on your face. Anything that allows you to stay present and keep the positivity flowing through your body. And once you've found that intention that'll work for you here today, we'll begin with a couple of deep cleansing breaths. And on the third, we'll all virtually inhale to Om together. So beginning, opening the mouth and sighing out all that old stale air. Inhaling through the nose. Opening the mouth, letting it go. Inhaling again. Big release here. And this time we'll inhale to Om. Allow that beautiful vibration of Om to resonate and flow through the whole body, feeling it from the crown of your head to the tips of your toes to beneath your palms. Releasing the palms gently down into your lap and softly opening the eyes. So from here we'll begin to gather all our props and bring them over close towards the wall. So we have our mat extended out, facing towards the wall. And we'll reach for one of our blankets and we'll open up our blanket and we'll simply lay it down the length of the mat. So just allowing a little bit extra cushioning here. If you know you like head and neck support, you can take your second blanket and you can begin to roll that up into a cylinder and then just placing it down at the mat close to where your head will be, and then maybe reaching for blocks or hard-covered books, having one on either side of your mat, perhaps for your arms to rest. And then coming down onto our sit bones, we're going to sit as close to the wall as possible with the legs extended out long. Doesn't matter which way you face, which direction, which leg is hugging the walls, but just sitting as closely to the wall as possible. Hugging that hip right up to the baseboard, flexing the feet, and then we'll take the hands back behind us. We'll begin to bend the knees, maybe draw the sit bones away from us, resting down on the backs of the arms as we begin to spin the legs up and open up towards the wall. So feet are flexed, we're in waterfall pose. And then maybe reaching for that neck roll, that cylinder we made out of our blanket, placing it somewhere comfortable behind the head. If you're sensitive through the shoulders, maybe resting the backs of the arms down by your sides on blocks. Closing the eyes here and just taking a few moments to connect. If you're not able to use a wall today or you don't prefer to practice on the wall, you can simply take waterfall on your back, on your mat, and maybe you prefer to place one block just underneath the sacrum. So just at the top, in between the two sit bones, in between the glutes is your sacrum, and you'll place the block there. You don't want it on your lower back digging in, and you don't want it right on the sit bones, but just somewhere towards the top, in between the sit bones is where the sacrum lies. It's that triangle shaped bone. That's also an option if you're using the wall as well. If you prefer a block underneath, play around and see how that feels. I'm just connecting to the breath here for a few more moments. Noticing what you notice in the body as we take this first shape. If you are quite tight in the backs of the hamstrings, you can slide your body back and down your mat, bringing your sit bones further away from the wall. That will decrease the sensations along the back sides of the legs. If you need a little bit more space like that, please feel free to adjust. If you don't feel completely comfortable, your body will not be able to let go and take rest. You won't be able to sink deeply into that parasympathetic nervous system where that conscious rest occurs. So please take the time to give yourself what you need to let go here. Softening through the face, the shoulders, allowing shoulder blades to root down into the mat. Let the arms grow heavy, palms face up. And sending some deep, nourishing breaths into any sticky, sore areas that you may be experiencing throughout your body. So wherever our attention goes, energy flows. So focusing on that area, if you're dealing with a previous injury or a current injury or just feeling a little bit stiff, breathing gently into that area. Visualizing your breath flowing to that body part. Last few breaths here. And then gently bending the knees, placing the soles of the feet on the wall, or maybe down on the earth if you're on your back. Just hanging out here with knees bent. They can be hip distance apart. Sighing out any breaths that just want to let go and release. Feeling free to do that at any time throughout your practice. The 60 minutes is for you and your body and your mind and for your self-care. So maybe playing around with pushing the soles of the feet into the wall and engaging through the back side of the legs. Knees are still bent. Pushing that lower back into the earth. Just finding a little bit of engagement and sensation here. And if you do have that strap, just reaching for that strap or that belt. And making sure you have one big loop. So opening up, making a loop with your strap. And for this next shape, we'll take the knees wide, we'll draw the soles of the feet together, and we'll come into Baddha Konasana on the wall. So if this is a little bit too much sensation in the hips, and this seems like a lot of work, you can draw the knees a little bit closer together again. Wrap your strap around the outsides of the knees or thighs, and then take Baddha Konasana this way. So exploring butterfly pose on the wall with the strap. An option to take the same shape on the earth, with or without the support of your strap or belt. Bending elbows and cactusing the arms. Allowing the hips to release here. You chose not to work with a strap, or you simply don't have one at home, you can always rest the hands to the insides of the knees and just help support the legs that way. Play around with all options. Find what fits best with your body, with your intentions, for your practice here today. Always asking ourselves, what are we looking to achieve here in these shapes? What are we looking to feel? And then going from there. Finding your stillness, breathing into hips. Checking in, listening to the body. Is there anything the body longs for to achieve even 1% more comfort here? Maybe you add more support under the head. Maybe you need more support underneath the back body or the arms. Give yourself what you need here. Come back to those big belly breaths, filling all the way up with new, fresh oxygen, letting belly expand and rib cage flare out and chest rise. We'll count 8 more breaths here. Slowly taking hands to the outsides of the knees and closing the legs together like a book. Removing the strap to one side if you were working with a strap. And either hanging out here with knees hugged into chest and arms wrapped around shins. Or if your body feels better, you can extend the legs long up the wall again and take rest here for a few moments in waterfall. Your choice. Take what you need. Breathe deeply. Maybe sigh it out. Noticing what comes up for you after each shape. Restorative practice is a healing practice. It's a practice of awareness. So noticing those thoughts, feelings, emotions, acknowledging them and then releasing them, letting them go, letting them pass you by. allowing that new space to open up inside the mind and the heart space. For our next shape, we have the option of reaching for our strap again. This time we will make 2 small loops on each side. So leaving a space that is big enough for your foot to fit through. And then you may have to knot it to make a loop on the second side. So you'll have your buckle, it'll be easy to make a loop on one side, but maybe depending on what you're working with, you may have to knot the other end. So you have 2 small circles on either end of your strap. And then bending at the knees, we'll place the strap around the foot, maybe on the ball of the foot. If you prefer the ankles, you can also do the ankles as well. Then we'll let the legs go long up the wall again, and we'll simply take them out wide and allow the support of the strap to facilitate the release in the legs. So legs are wide, extended, long up the wall, with or without a strap. If you're not working with the strap, you can simply take the hands to the outsides of the thighs and support the legs that way. And then there's also the option of simply working on the mat with the legs extended out wide on the earth. So recline down on your back with legs out wide. Your choice, your practice. Choose what works best for you. Coming back to stillness. Maybe you have that small touchstone or shell in your palm, allowing that item to be your point of focus and meditation. Meditating on that, allowing the body to feel more at ease and less agitated and fidgety. Maybe you want to use your eye pillow or small face cloth as an eye covering here to block out any light or distraction. Nurturing yourself, supporting yourself here as you take the time to practice here on your mat today. Feel your breath. Feel your body. Feel your breath flowing through your whole body. From the crown of your head to the tips of your toes. Allow that breath to flow smoothly and easily through your whole body. When you feel ready, you can begin to mindfully come out of this shape, drawing hands to outsides of the thighs if they're not already, and slowly closing the legs together like a book, bending at the knees, hugging them into chest, and then reaching for the strap and removing it from the feet. And we'll stay here for a couple of breaths with knees drawn into chest and eyes closed, hugging the legs, supporting yourself here as we transition. For our next shape, we'll float the legs back up along the wall. And then with control and ease, we'll simply slide both legs over to the left, coming into a twist. Both legs are stacked, resting down the earth towards the left. Opening up the arms into that cactus or T shape, rooting both shoulder blades down onto the earth, and exploring this long-legged twist to the left. This simply does not work for your body and you prefer to bend both knees. You can stack both knees, rest them down to the left as well. Soles of the feet will rest upon the wall. And you can explore your twist that way. Two options, legs long to the left or knees bent and stacked to the left. Readjusting your supports under your neck and under your arms. Maybe covering up with a blanket. Maybe padding that bottom hip if it needs a little extra support. Listening to our bodies and responding and giving our bodies what they need. Facilitating the relaxation process here as we breathe deeply into our twist. Once you find that sweet spot, that perfect place between effort and ease, if you want to add on, you can rest down on the right ear. Counting breaths, if that brings you a little bit more focus and awareness, if that keeps you present. And gently count in your head. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Continuing at a pace that serves your body best. Softening wherever you need to soften. Letting go of any gripping or tension. Few breaths here on this side. Drawing the head back through center if you were resting down on the right ear. And we'll softly begin to float the legs back up the wall, extending them long and up towards the sky. And then hugging knees into chest, maybe sliding the body a little bit away from the wall. Wrapping arms around shins and softly floating side to side as you massage that lower spine, releasing after our twist. When you're ready, we'll come back through center. We'll let legs go long up the wall again. And gently begin to release them over to the right side. So both legs are stacked, resting down on the outside of that right leg, left leg stacked on top. Maybe you prefer the option where both knees are stacked and resting over to the right. Expanding our arms out wide, maybe floating them overhead this time. Arm variation of your choice. And if it allows, in the neck, resting down on that left ear as you twist to the right. Allowing both shoulder blades to connect. Allowing whatever props you need to support you here. Each side will feel very different from the first, so maybe you need to make a few added adjustments to find that space where you can just be and let go. So take your time to support yourself. And then come back to your breath if you've lost your way. Maybe reflecting upon your attention you started at the beginning of class. breaths here on this side. When you're ready, bring your head back through center, float the legs back up into the sky as you untwist and rest them up along the wall, flexing the feet, and then maybe hugging them into chest, or maybe prefer a happy baby, bending at the knees, threading the arms through the inside, and reaching for the outside of the feet as you draw the knees down towards the armpits. Connect that lower spine to the earth. Close your eyes. Notice if anything came up for you there, anything that maybe invoked a response, emotional response within the body. Accepting wherever you're at, having compassion for ourselves and acceptance, and allowing those thoughts and feelings to just pass you by. Let them float in and gently float out. If you're in happy baby, releasing the hands from the feet and hugging those bent knees into the chest, drawing them together, hugging into chest here. Maybe rocking side to side on that lower spine. And we'll take one more shape here up on the wall. Releasing the hands from the shins and placing both feet onto the wall, knees are hip distance apart. Maybe sliding the body just back and away from the wall a couple more inches. This will depend on your body and how tight you feel in the hamstrings. Maybe walking the feet up the wall an inch or two so the heels are not directly underneath the knees. The heels are a couple of inches above. And then we'll pick up that right leg, take it off the wall, we'll open that hip, we'll flex that right foot, and we'll place the outside of that right ankle on top of the left thigh for thread the needle. So thread the needle on the wall, or maybe you're working on the mat, on the earth without the wall. Taking your version of thread the needle, right hand can rest somewhere to the inside of that right thigh. Or maybe you prefer to thread the arms through and interlace the hands along the back side of the left thigh and gently hug that leg into the body. Take whichever version serves you best. And then settle in here, breathing into the right hip. Adjusting your props, adding or taking away. Allowing the body to let go and release here. Breathing smoothly and deeply. to release the right hand if it was resting to the inside of the right thigh. Taking that right ankle down from the left thigh, we'll place both feet back onto the wall. Knees are bent here. Hugging them into chest, rocking side to side. Interlace the hands along your shins. Massage your low back here. Maybe it feels good to take circles with the knees, so both hands come to tops of the knees and you take nice big circles, and then you change directions when you feel ready. Working out any kinks here or any areas of tension. And then we'll begin to set up for the second side. So placing soles of feet back onto the wall, knees are bent. We'll pick up that left leg, we'll draw that left knee into chest, we'll open that hip to the left, and we'll place the outside of the left ankle on top of the right thigh. Again, depending on your body, and each side is different, maybe you need to shuffle your body back a few inches to give yourself more space if you're working with the wall. Maybe you need to walk that right foot up the wall a little bit higher to allow this shape to be more accessible for you in the hip. And then resting the left hand to the inside of that left leg. Noticing what you notice here on this side. Taking any little last minute adjustments or padding any area of the body that needs added support that allow you to let go and soften here. Keeping in mind, if you're not comfortable, you won't be able to fully relax and dive deep into that parasympathetic nervous system where that rest and relaxation occur. So do give yourself whatever you need to be where you need to be and to feel what you're hoping to feel here today at the end of your practice. few breaths here on this side. Slowly begin to remove the left hand from the inside of the left leg. Place both feet down on the wall, hip distance apart. Maybe take some windshield wipers up on the wall. So knees are bent, soles of feet are on the wall, and you're just going to gently rock knees side to side here. Maybe hugging both knees into chest instead, if you prefer that, and massaging lower back. Maybe taking circles with the knees. And once you feel you're ready and you've released whatever you need to release from the hips, we'll just simply bend knees if they're not already, stack them, and just float them down onto the earth towards the right side. And then extend the arms overhead, coming into fetal pose for a breath or two, resting on that top arm. Closing eyes. Begin to push into the earth with the hands and lift the body up. We'll begin to set up for our final rest here. So coming into your Shavasana, this is always personal preference. However you want to get cozy and relaxed is purely up to you. So you can leave your blanket that you used for extra padding on your mat. If you have lots of blankets, you can leave one here. If you have lots of cushions or bolsters that you're working with, you can reach for a bolster. Maybe you have a chip foam block, you place it at the top of your mat and you rest your bolster, the head of your bolster down on that block. If you have a chip foam block, you can place it at the base where your sit bones will go. If you have a more weighted blanket to wrap and cover up your body with, you can bring that close. And if you have a second cushion, that's always nice if you have any lower back pain, to actually snug that underneath the thighs. Not so much the knees, but snug that other cushion or pillow underneath the thighs. That'll take a little bit of the strain of the lower back. And then open up your blanket, cover your body, get warm and cozy here. Reach for your eye covering. Maybe you still have that touchstone. Support the arms with blocks if you need. Recline down onto your back. And let your body just melt into the props. Remove any eyeglasses. Place your eye covering. And allow the body to release and grow heavy here, melting into the earth. Arms and legs are extended out wide. Palms face up. Softening through the forehead, in between the brows, relaxing the jaw. And trust that you are supported here today, supported in the comfort of your own home. And allowing all the goodness and all the good sensations and feelings and places you explored today in your practice, allow them all to marinate, allow them all to sink in here. And give yourself permission to take complete rest here in Shavasana. time allows you to have a nice, long, relaxing Shavasana, please stay here for however long you choose. If you are ready to come out of Shavasana, you can begin to gently deepen your breath. Slowly bringing your awareness back into your body. Wiggling the fingertips and the toes. Gently circling the ankles and the wrists. If it feels good in the neck, gently swaying the head side to side, maybe lingering on one side and holding if that feels good. And then floating arms overhead and taking one more big body stretch here. Bending at the knees and hugging them into chest as you rock side to side. Softly landing down on that right side, taking a few deep breaths here in fetal pose. Pushing your hands into the earth and lifting yourself up into a nice, comfortable seat with eyes still closed. Drawing hands together in Anjali Mudra and connecting thumbs in between the brows again. Inhaling through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale. Inhaling again. Big noisy release here. Inhaling to Om. I want to thank each and every one of you out there for joining me over the last few weeks. It's been an honor to guide you from the comfort of your own home. I look forward to seeing you in person back at the studio in the next few weeks. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.